with your host, Rabid Chimp 805, Episode 1 Dreams. This is part 2 of our broadcast. Unfortunately, the last broadcast just completely stopped dead as the PlayStation crashed, and I apologize for that. We were playing Conan Exiles, and the game froze up and basically, literally froze up.
Hey, holla at me, y'all. Peace.
So I'm going to go into on Grand Theft Auto 5 here. I'm going to go into just a private game or whatever online. That's what we want to go to. Let's go play GTA. Invite only session. Go. All right. Yep. Okay. So we were discussing dreams. We were discussing lucid dreams, and I want to hear your dreams. I want you to join me in the audio party. The community, PlayStation 4 community, is called Real Talk Radio. Look for that, and you'll see the one that's, owned by me, Rabid Chimp 805. I want you to join that. I want you to join my audio party through that, and I want you to come talk about dreams with me if you'd like. You're more than welcome to participate. Make sure if you join the audio party that you set your party settings to allow your voice to be shared, and you can do it for current party, so you don't have to do it for every party. And if you have Grand Theft Auto 5, you're more than welcome to join me. I'm just making an invite-only session, and you're more than welcome to join me there as well. And I think you can do that as well through the audio party that you jump in with me. So we were talking about my dream that I had last night, and I was basically building up to it, explaining the cues that you get from real life that happen to end up in your subculture, in your subconscious. So we were talking about cues, how cues work in the dream world. So cues, okay, when I say they, I mean scientists, doctors, um, psychologists, theologians, religious people that would fall into the theology, I suppose. Dreamologists, any of those types of people. So when I say the statement they, I am referring to those types of people there. Okay, so they say that in your offline, outside of the dreaming state, you pick up cues that come into your subconscious. The way the air smells, what you see around you. You use all your senses when you dream, unless you're not a lucid dreamer. If you're not a lucid dreamer, your dreams are just going to be in black and white. They may be in color, but they're not going to be tactile. You're not going to be able to touch and feel and smell and taste and perceive, as well in your dreams. You haven't really worked on, the way that your dreams work, etc., and stuff like that. Um, I I learned a lot about lucid dreaming from a metaphysical shop that I used to work at in the early 2000s. I worked there for a couple of years, and I got the chance to read books and listen to books on tape about the concept of lucid dreaming, being able to be fully aware of your dreams, to be able to control your dreams. I could go into my dreams and I can communicate with people. I can speak English to them. I can also write down things. I can receive messages from other people and I can write them down. And I said I used to keep a journal where I used to, write my dreams in. And I've made movie scripts from my dreams. I've made written stories with my dreams, poems in my dreams, even songs in my dreams. Um, I have very lucid dreams. And if I've smoked a little weed, I ain't gonna lie, my dreams get a little muffled, just like they would in real life. If you smoke weed, your brain gets a little muffled. There's a little bit of static there, but so I don't smoke weed often, so. But I also don't want to get in trouble with YouTube for saying that. But I live in California, and weed has been legalized in California, at least for recreational. Federal, no. So here at Real Talk Radio, we're talking about dreams, and so last night I had this dream, and I told you about it in the first part that uh, I owned a vintage shop that I owned like a 50s style shop. Well, I had stuff from the 40s. I'll say I had stuff from say like the 20s on to today. And it would be vintage toys, clothing, knickknacks, stuff like that. Posters, pictures, things like that. It was a really cool shop. I mean, it was so cool. My dream was so fun and so cool that when I woke up today, I was like, I was feeling good, and I wanted to go out and find a location and literally build that place. But then the reality is nobody's going to come into it, because the reality is today people buy everything on the internet. I mean, it's rare that people go into stores. I go down the street. I'm talking offline right now. I go down the street, and in fact, here, let me get out of my garage here. I'm playing Grand Theft Auto 5 on the PlayStation 4. This is Rabbit Chimp 805. Let's leave our garage right here for a moment. And in real life, outside of the dream world, outside of the subconscious, I suppose, um, you see those signs everywhere for rent, and that's how it is. A lot of people nowadays. I mean, there's still stores, there's still mom and pop stores, but the reality is
Hi there.
most most shops are. Most people they go on eBay or Amazon. They go on those things to buy their stuff. They don't really take the time to leave their house and go to an actual shop unless they want a coffee or something, right? So
Right.
anyway, so my dream, I really wanted to. When I woke up, I wanted to open this shop. I wanted to open this vintage shop. Now we have antique shops around. I'm trying to think of a vintage shop, and there really isn't any. There's an old surplus store that's been around for a while. There's a few knickknack shops around. I rarely see people at them nowadays. But anyway, so my dream was very colorful, and there was girls in it, and I wish they would have stuck around, but they had to go to their work. So yeah, so my dream didn't last very long. Maybe a good 10 minutes in my 4 or 5 hours of sleep that I got. I got about 10 minutes of it, but what are your thoughts? What are your dreams? What do you have interests in? Huh? You want to join me here on Real Talk Radio? You want to get your voice shared? Be in this episode here? Go to PlayStation 4 Communities, look up Real Talk Radio, and join the audio party that I'm in. I'm in the audio party right now. You can set your voice allowed to be shared. And if you don't want to, you don't have to. I have no problem talking. I am a chatterbox, being a chimpanzee that I am. So, I'm going to open up the internet here on my phone. And I am going to type, let's see what we can find here. Lucid dreams. Let's see. So, like I was saying, I used to work in a metaphysical shop in the early 2000s, and I had access to books and books on tape and CDs and stuff like that, and I did what I could to learn all about lucid dreams. I'm going to read you what the wiki says about lucid dreams so that I don't get a copyright infringement smack on my YouTube and then I get kicked out. A lucid dream is a dream during which the dreamer is aware that they are dreaming. During a lucid dream, the dreamer may gain some amount of control over the dream, characters, narrative, and environment. However, this is not actually necessary for a dream to be described as lucid. The term lucid dream was coined by Dutch author and psychiatrist Frederick van Eden in his 1913 article, A Study of Dreams. Through descriptions of dreams, being aware that they are dreaming predates the actual term. This is a whole bunch of blah blah yeah. So if you want to go to what is it, en.m.wikipedia.org and look for lucid dream, you can get all the hoo-ha that's in here. But as far as scientific research is concerned, in 1968, Celia Green analyzed the main characteristics of such dreams, reviewing previously published literature on the subject and incorporating new data from participants of her own. She concluded that lucid dreams were a category of experience quite distinct from ordinary dreams, and said they were associated with rapid eye movement sleep. That's REM sleep. Green was also the first to link lucid dreams to the phenomenon of false awakenings. I mean, I suppose I could click on that link and try to see what that is. Lucid dreaming was subsequently researched by asking dreamers to perform predetermined physical responses while experiencing a dream, including eye movement signals. Okay, there's a lot of information on this Wikipedia. Whether any of it's true or not, we never know, because Wikipedia is an open source type of program here. A lot of scientific stuff in this article here, and a lot of mumbo jumbo that I don't want to get into because I'm a layman and that's how I roll. So, just from what I've learned, I know that, we take cues, I use the word cues, from our daily world around us when we're offline. I'm using the term offline right now as in our awake time, our time that we're awake. If I say we're online, I say we're in the dream, right? Because this is technically a gaming show, right? We talk about games and gaming and gamers. Real issues, right? Today we're talking about dreams. So, isn't that a beautiful, look at that. I'm not sure, is it sunset or is that dusk going on? What time is it in the game here? It's 6:06 a.m., so this is a sunrise right here. Grand Theft Auto 5, I assume. Let's see. Normally the sun rises in the east and sets in the west, so if that's the east, that must be the west over there. Now, when I'm looking at the Los Angeles skyrise, that would be the east. That would be out towards, what, Pasadena and stuff like that, I guess. But this is the video game, so really beautiful sunrise. Look at the wind just casually blowing the telephone and power lines right here in front of me. Very dreamy, right? What's going on out here? People can't drive very well, can they? You can take cues from a video game and bring them into your dream state. A lot of people, if you sit and play a video game long enough, you can take these cues right here and bring them into your video game. That's entirely possible. People that you meet in your daily life, people that you see, you build your database. You build your offline database and you bring it into your online dream. You take cues from your offline. You use your senses. Some of you that haven't really learned about lucid dreaming, and some of you that may have learned lucid dreaming just from something that you heard, or maybe it was just nature. Maybe you have a very vivid imagination and you can articulate really well and you're extremely bright, and when you go to bed at night you have wonderful dreams, wonderful, fantastic dreams, horrific, horrible dreams that could cause PTSD. You have pornographic dreams. You have sad dreams. I mean, you have happy dreams. It all depends on the type of mood you were in before you went to bed. Maybe you had a heavy pasta dinner and you go into your dream state and you start having frightening nightmares. So they, being again doctors, psychologists, theologists, dreamologists, politicians, I don't care, they say that, if you eat spicy foods before you go to bed, you have a tendency of having nightmares. Now, I personally, Rabbit Chimp 805, personally love dreaming. I can't wait to go to bed and and have my dreams. I have dreams sometimes that are in parts. Like, I'll go to bed, I'll wake up because I have to urinate or whatever, right? I'll get up and now I'm offline. I'll go to my restroom, I'll urinate, and then I'll go back to bed and I'll be online in my dream again. And I'll pick up right where I left off. I've had dreams like that where in different parts. Sorry for saying so much, but excuse me. So I lost my train of thought. That happens to me often. That's why I need a co-host for my show. I need someone there to get me back on track, especially if I'm in a video game. Back in the day when I worked in radio, I didn't have a video game I could sit in. The only way you could tune in was you have to tune in on your station and look for the radio station that I happened to have been on at the time. Let's cross the street over here and see if we can grab one of these motorcycles. Go for a little cruise around. Forgot how to run. And when I switch from video game to video game, I swear, I forget the controllers and stuff like that. So that's a pretty cool looking bike. Are they both the same? This looks like an old Kawasaki Ninja, doesn't it? Hey, really? Really, sir? Am I in your way? Go right on by. But you will get that. You will get that and you will like it. Alright. Let's see what bike this is. This is a pretty dope bike. I like the little green color here. Alright, let's swipe the bike and let's go for a cruise. So, again, I was talking about how I used to learn about lucid dreaming and stuff like that, and let's see if I can take the jump up here. Turn back around. And I learned a lot about lucid dreaming, which is basically opening your mind and your perception to your subconscious and being able to bring in the actual realities of life into your dream. And I think that's super cool. I like that. Oh wait, there it is right here. Oh, can I make it? Oh, I did not make it. All right, that hurt. That took some health away there. We'll try it again. And I can't wait to go to sleep. You know, like if I've been working all day and I'm super tired and I just want to go to bed, I want to dream. I mean, sometimes dreams, you know, really? Why would you do that? Sometimes dreams are so realistic and or frightening, you know. I mean, like if I go to bed after watching the news, and the news has talked about violent things, war, gang attacks, murders. You know how the news is. It's violent, you know. I mean, it's rare that you can turn on the news channel, and we're talking about offline reality at the moment. It's rare that you can turn on the news. Look at that. That was dope. And I survived it. Sweet. You can turn on the news and see anything positive. Now, the way the news works, again, I'm going off on a tangent, and I'm sorry about that, but the way the news works, news is abbreviated as news. New, E would be entertainment, weather, and sports. That's how news, if you never knew what news was, the abbreviation is new, entertainment, weather, and sports. All right, moving on. Let's try to do a front flip here. Oh, I hit the tree. I did a front flip several times, but I hit a tree. That was brutal. Where'd the motorcycle go? Anyway, the news basically, isn't it? Sometimes it's difficult to figure out. The news always shows violent things. Anyway, you could go to bed after watching the news. Where the hell did the motorcycle go? I hit that tree right there, I think, right? I lost the motor. Oh, there it is. And you could go to bed and have a horrible nightmare. I mean, a horrible nightmare. Dead bodies, you being the murderer, or you being the person escaping the murderer, or monster, or, you know, whatever it is. Violent, you know. And sometimes dreams can be so violent that you need therapy after your dreams. And it's perfectly normal to go and get a psychologist or a psychiatrist to help you with your dreams. Because, you know, dreams are, some people say that dreams can also be, oh my God, that was brutal. Oh my God. All right, let's go find our motorcycle again. That did not work. That jump did not work. Dreams, you know, can also be part of just your daily reality life. People daydream. You know, you could be at work and or at school. I mean, school, I used to daydream all the time at school. And that's because I didn't have good sleep at night, or, you know, maybe I had an argument with my parents, or argument with a friend, girlfriend, or whatever. And I took it into my offline world. and dreamt about it all night, and maybe I couldn't sleep, and I was, shifting back and forth, getting up, walking around, pacing. Insomniacs, do insomniacs dream? Well, if insomniacs don't sleep, they can't dream. But here's the thing, insomniacs can dream if you think about it. Because even though you're wide awake, your consciousness is wide awake. Your subconscious is a mile a minute, right? The whole reason why you can't sleep is because your subconscious is so active, it's keeping you from sleeping. And you're in this listless state, which, in a metaphysical kind of way, could make you susceptible to like a demonic attack if you think about it. You could be susceptible to being preyed on to say like a subconscious vampire or something like that. I know you've probably been around in your waking life, in your offline life, in your RL life. You've probably been to places where you've been around people who drain you. You ever have been around somebody who just drains you? It's obnoxious how they drain you. Um, you know, or you may be the person that drains other people. Who knows, right? But I'm an empath. I pick up on energies really quickly when it comes to people, male or female. And there are many times that I go through my life with a certain mantra that helps me, protects me. And those of you that are Christians or follow that religion would probably call on Saint Michael to protect you. I'm not Christian, so I wouldn't call on. Oh, I've called on Saint Michael before when I've found that I was terrified of something, be it a real life fight, or a real life danger, or even a dream state danger, or being in a house that I wasn't aware, that I wasn't comfortable in, or being on a property that I wasn't comfortable in, or whatever. When you get the tingles and stuff like that, you call on your guardian to protect you from whatever, or you're just strong enough that you're able to handle it. You can just handle it. So anyway, this is Rabbit Chimp 805. This is Real Talk Radio, and our episode today is Dreams. I'm currently playing Grand Theft Auto 5 on the PlayStation 4 and messing around with a motorcycle that I stole and did a really nice little jump there. If you'd like to be a part of Real Talk Radio, if you're on the PlayStation 4, you can go to PlayStation 4 Communities and look up Real Talk Radio. Real Talk Radio, not Real Talk Radio. I'm an idiot for saying that. I apologize. But if you're smart enough and you... Never mind. I need a co-host. I need a co-host to keep me on track, I'm telling you. So hop into the PlayStation 4 Community Real Talk Radio. I'm your host, Rabbit Chimp 805. You're more than welcome to join me. You can join the community. It's an open community. I'm in an audio party in that community, so you can hop into the audio party with me if you want to participate, keep me on track. And our episode today, we're talking about dreams, lucid dreaming, and outside cues, and online cues and offline cues, be it in the gaming world or in the offline community, because real talk is real talk, baby. Baby. And so I've been talking about my dream that I had last night. Okay, so yeah, I had a dream that I was working in a vintage store. What's a vintage store? It's like an antique store, but it's not. All right, there we go. Razor Turtle. Ryan Razor Turtle. What's up, Rabbit Chimp? I like that. So there we go. Ryan Razor Turtle. I like that. Ryan Razor Turtle, tell me about your dream, and I'll broadcast that out there, because I think people are probably pretty bored about my dream. Hey, look at that. We're about to come up to our first hour of broadcast. This is part 2. Now, I started broadcasting in the first half hour. Normally, my broadcasts are 2 hours. I do them Monday through Friday. But because I had a crazy dream last night, I wanted to talk about it today on Sunday. And I said it was, Sunday, November 17th, 2019. Yep. And it's, did I not change my clock? What time is it right now? Oh, it's 2 o'clock. It's after 2 o'clock. I'm like freaking out, thinking I know I changed my clock back on daylight savings, and that was what, like around earlier November. And I'm like looking at my clock. So I'm looking at my clock that I have in my room. It says 1:59, but that's not true because my cell phone says 2:03 p.m. Anywho, I was on Conan Exiles, and uh, yes, yes. I'm trying to read your. Let's see, screwed up. Game. Okay, what's up, man? Still doing your video? Yeah, but what I do my videos. I do videos on games, the games I play, and the funny things that happen in games, of course. This one here is. So I saw an advertisement that they were looking for broadcast DJs at the local radio station. I have applied to that radio station 100 times, and they won't give me the time of day. Most of the time, they tell me I'm overqualified. That's what I get everywhere I go. So I'm stuck in the catch-22. I've worked in radio for about 10 years of my 50 years on this planet. So maybe a little longer than 10 years. I worked in radio stations. I originally went to KLOS. They shot me down. I went to KROQ out in Pasadena. They shot me down. Now Los Angeles radio, I believe, is market 1 or is market 2. The way it works is New York is market 1, Texas is market 3, and California is market 1, market 2. So I went into when I first got out of high school, or when I first got out of college, I wanted to get into radio. I did college radio for 2 years, and then I wanted to get into regular radio. And I finally the LA market said no, you need to get some actual training. So I ended up going up to the Central Coast, and I worked in radio up there. I'm Phoenix on you PS4. Played a lot of Ghost Recon with you. Good times. Did you have a monkey name when I played with you? Let's see. Oh, I don't want to open that. I'm trying to look at the. I can't scroll up because I'm looking at the broadcast screen. Hey, if you're still on the PlayStation 4, and you want to go to the PlayStation 4 communities and look up Real Talk Radio, look for Rabbit Chimp 805 owned. You can join the community. You don't have to go through any kind of screening or anything like that. Just join it. You can go and hop into the audio part if you want to chat. If you want to chat live, you're more than welcome to join. You just make sure that your voice can be shared. But I was saying that the first part, when I first logged in today and started the radio show today, I was playing Conan Exiles on the PlayStation 4, and I was right in the middle of a purge. And if you've seen some of my videos of that from back in April and May, you'll see that every time a purge came, it would freeze the freaking PlayStation and lock it up. So I rebooted, started the new stream. We're about 28 minutes into the new stream here, and I came back to Grand Theft Auto 5. So Grand Theft Auto 5, it's been around since 2013 on the PlayStation 3, and then of course, oh my lord, almost hit that car. And the PlayStation 4, I bought it back in 2014, I think, or 2013. I don't remember. But yeah, here we go. Oh lord, almost into that truck. So yeah, I always go back to Grand Theft Auto 5 because I want you to be able to visually see me and hear me. And I don't know if I have enough speed to pull this one off. Oh god, that was brutal. That one hurt. I didn't have enough speed because I would have hit those two cars and I would have gone flying as well. Alright, here we go again. I stole this motorcycle off the street, so you do a wheelie here. But I want you to visually see me, and I want you to audibly hear me. So anyway, this episode we were talking about dreams, and I started breaking off to lucid dreams and different kinds of things like that. And I wanted to hear from you if you had a dream last night you wanted to discuss, or any cool dreams you've had in the past. You're more than welcome to discuss with me. Or if you have another topic, it is Real Talk Radio. We can talk about whatever you like. Oh, can I make it? Oh my lord. Oh god. Oh, that was brutal. Did you see how I was stuck in the motorcycle that way? Look how beautiful it is out here. I mean, look at the plants right there. For a game that came out in 2013, it's amazing how the graphics. I'm on a regular PlayStation 4. I'm not on a PlayStation 4 Pro. I mean, I've got a 55-inch Samsung TV, and it's got 4K Ultra HDR. But even the PlayStation 4 without 4K Ultra HDR still looks stunning. I mean, look at that. I mean, the graphics, you can see how old the graphics are. Just look at the plants. They're just so one-sided, right? But nonetheless, let's get rolling in here. If you want to participate in Real Talk Radio, if you're on the PlayStation 4, go to PlayStation 4 Communities, look up Real Talk Radio with Rabbit Chimp 805. Oh, my lord. and join the audio party. Turn your make sure your voice is set to allow to be shared. You can find that in the party settings. And oh, that's what happens when you're not paying attention, right? Hey, get off my motorcycle. Get off my motorcycle. I stole this motorcycle fair and square, damn it. All right. I should probably eat something to get my health going again. Here, let's try this again. Anyway, this is Rabbit Chip 805. We're on Real Talk Radio on the PlayStation 4 playing Grand Theft Auto 5, and we're talking about dreams today. And we're also talking about lucid dreaming, which is... Oh, there's no way I'm going to make this one. I saw it was way too low there. I had a dream last night, like I said, I was talking about where I owned a vintage store. And next door to the vintage store was a 50s diner. But it was modern day. It was modern day in my dream. Oh no! Oh, I died. It was too much strain on my little space chimp there. I'm gonna have to try to steal another motorcycle. Oh, but there's no motorcycles on the streets right now. I may have to go get one of my motorcycles. I could try it in a car. Probably. Here, let's do it in a truck. Let's steal the truck right here. Let's get into this, like moving, looks like like a UPS type truck. And we'll do the same kind of thing as we'll take that jump and see if we can flip a truck in it, right? We can get the truck started. There you go. Come on. So yeah, if you're tuned into the broadcast right now and you want to send a comment, you're more than welcome to send a comment. Oh my God, this truck is so slow. Oh, don't hit that. Oh, you hit it anyway. I may have to get a faster car. This truck. Good luck if I'm going to be able to get even a jump, or I'm on the wrong street to get the jumps. But yeah, if you had a dream last night and you want to talk about it, you're more than welcome to make a comment in the broadcast channel here. You're more than welcome to post a comment in there. Or if you got another topic you want to talk about, Real Talk Radio, I mean, you know, this ain't bullshit. We straight up, we say it like it is, you know. Something that scared you, you saw something on the news that you didn't like. Here, I'm going to block traffic and see if I can find a better car. Stop. Give me that little car you got there. I don't know, what's that, little Datsun? Little Toyota? Little Toyota? I got... Oh, I picked the wrong guy, did I? You're going to fight a space champ? You're probably going to kick my ass, right? Let's go. Let's go. Let's do it. Oh, shit. I'm too fast. Oh, you got... you got knocked the fuck out. Sorry. I'm not taking your car. Thanks for the $14. Oh, I got a star on me. I can get rid of that star. Oh, Lord. This is a squirrely little car. We're going to see if we can take a jump off of this car. Oh, I scared a viewer away. I apologize. I'm sorry. I got violent. You're right. But it is a violent video game. It is Grand Theft Auto 5, so come on. Oh, a nice aerial right there. All right. Anyway, sorry for getting violent in a violent video game. I promise I won't go out and do this in real life. So I owned this vintage store in my dream, and it was really cool. I mean, I love working in the merchandising world offline and online in my dream. So I had this vintage store, and I noticed we had a lot of 50s type stuff, like toasters and toys and posters and clothing and stuff like that. And I had two guys working for me, and I was trying to think earlier in the first part of this recording that the two guys that were working for me, I have a pretty good database in my brain of people from the past jobs that I've had. I just kind of mix people together as I see them. If you're just joining me, by the way, this is Rabbit Chimp 805 on Real Talk Radio on the PlayStation 4. I'm on Grand Theft Auto 5. And, oh, look at that. I got 100 RP for just sitting here. That's bizarre. Look at my helmet. Just, the goggles are like, I can't drive this car. It's so squirrely. I got the star off me, by the way. I won't do violent things anymore, but I am trying to drive this squirrely little car here. We're talking about dreams in Real Talk Radio in this episode today. So if you want to participate, you can join us in the PlayStation 4 Community Real Talk Radio. You can join me in the audio party. Make sure your voice is set to allowed to be shared. You are more than welcome to come on and chat with me and talk about what your dream. If you had a dream last night or a dream that possesses you constantly. Have you ever had those kind of dreams? You know, the dream where you almost get deja vu because you know you've had that dream before. Like I used to have a dream. It started when I was probably about 4 years old. And if you're familiar with Los Angeles, you're familiar with Sunset Boulevard. Oh, that didn't work. Okay. Sunset Boulevard. In fact, I can take you to Sunset Boulevard in here. All right, let's see. Ryan Razor Turtle. Hey, Rabbit Chimp. It is me. I had a dream of my dad and I after he passed, July 13th, 2019. Oh my God, I'm so sorry to hear that. Oh, it's Ryan. Ryan. Okay. Oh, you made a Razor Turtle. That's your YouTube name. Okay. So it's Ryan, my buddy. Uh, oh, you were at a concert. So let me ask you something, Ryan. Um, so this was after your dad passed away, or was this dream something? Hey, Kevin, how you doing? Let me see your cars. Oh, you want to see my cars? Absolutely, Kevin. I'll take you to a couple of my garages while we're talking to Ryan. Ryan, I didn't get a chance to meet your father, and it really kind of saddens me. But Ryan, when you had this dream, you said this was after your dad passed away. Um, was it a concert that you went to before he passed away, or was this a concert that you manifested in the dream to go? And it was a week after my dad passed when I had the dream. Okay, so the concert that you went to, was this concert like something that you had gone to with your father before he passed away, or in this dream did you manifest the concert? Is the question I had. Like, did you, like I've had dreams where I've manifested entire events, that I've never been to in my life, but somehow I've gone to them. Um, and what I want to know is I'm going to step into the metaphysical realm here and ask, has your dad visited you in dreams before? And the reason, do I have modded cars? Kevin asks. Actually, yes. Well, back before I got banned on Grand Theft Auto 5, I have 510 car garages. And these trucks right here, which you can get only at a certain time of the night, on it's out on right by the military base. These trucks come out at night and are just right between dusk and dawn. These trucks come out, and I had modded 50 of these trucks, and at the time you could sell them for like 38,000. This is the last truck that I have here, so I modded that vehicle. I'll take you to another garage where I modded vehicles too. This is just one garage. Ryan says the concert was an actual concert that he and his dad went to. It was a Ted Nugent, and oh wow, Ted Nugent called out your guys' names at the concert. That's dope, bro. I like Ted Nugent. Not when he's with President Douchebag, but I liked Ted Nugent in the 70s, of course. Um, this is a gangster car right here. You can only get this in the gangster area. And it's totally fully customed out already when you get it. So you can take it to the shop and change the color or whatever, put other stuff on it. But yeah, Kevin, so that's one of those. You know how all through Grand Theft Auto there's cars that you can get that are special cars that only come out at certain times of the week and certain times of the day or the night. I'm still trying to get that Rat Rod. This is so I pulled this car off the street and I took it over to Benny's and I totally modded it out. This is that sort of Toyota Celica looking car right there, and I totally modded that thing out. So Ryan says yes, and the dream was a flashback to the real concert that happened. Okay. Um, Now, Ryan, are your dreams lucid? Are your dreams in full color? Do you use all your senses in your dreams? Are they black and white? Are they muffled? The voices? I mean, how, give me a visual representation, and you can say it in text, and once I speak it, people can get a visual idea. So, like, if I say to you, "I'm inside my garage," now just by saying I'm inside my garage, you visually have a cue that you're inside maybe your garage, whether it's in the video game or in reality. I'm standing next to a bluish gray car. By saying the words bluish gray, you know you can sense sort of that visual kind of representation. So even though I speak verbally to you, you're going to still kind of visually get a cue in your mind. Um, so we're talking to Ryan, and Ryan is in the broadcast, and he's sending me text about his dream, and I definitely want to hear more. So in real life, back in the day, you went to a Ted Nugent concert with your dad, and then your dad passed away in July. Again, I'm so sorry to hear that. And you had a concert. You had a dream that you were with your dad at that concert, but it was in your dream. So basically, you brought back a memory, and you brought it into your dream. You had a flashback, and you brought it into a dream. Those are some great moments, you know, and especially if you can bring a loved one who's passed away back into your dream. Um, Theologists, maybe psychologists, religious folk, doctors, those they people that I keep speaking of, would say that there's our little car swipe. Let me get back into it. They would say that you take visual cues and different sense cues into your life, and you bring them into your dreams, past memories, past lives, current lives. You bring these into your dreams. Oh, that's not going to go well. That's not going to go well. Oh, there goes my door. And you bring those into your dreams, and that's how eventually you get dreams. Again, your dreams can be frightening. Your dreams can be absolutely wonderful. Your dreams can be sad. What is this? Is it a tattoo shop right here? Is the tattoo shop open right now? I'm going to park in the red. They'll probably tow that car away. Let's go into the tattoo shop. Ryan says, my dream was in full color and lifelike. My dad appeared very healthy and not as he was in the last days. Can't really read the last little word you put there. It's kind of jumbled up, but that's awesome. And did your dad communicate with you? Were you able to hear and understand the words that came out of his mouth? I love it that you had a visual, vibrant dream. I love those are the kind of dreams that I absolutely love. What is this? Oh, it's a little store. I'm not going to steal anything from you, bro. I need to buy some stuff here so I can stay alive. I'll get some P's and Q's. I'm not going to get any cigarettes. I'm not going to get any beer.
There you go.
I see. I bought stuff from you. I'm going to be nice. I'm not going to rob you. I mean, I could rob you, but I have $3 million. What could you possibly give to me? Nothing, right? Exactly. You have a good day. I will freak out in your store first. Woo! Yeah! Yes. This is Rabbit Chimp 805 playing Grand Theft Auto 5 on the PlayStation 4. This is Real Talk Radio, and this episode is about dreams, lucid dreamings, online, offline cues, and it's real talk. It's just we cut the bullshit. We do it. You know, it's politically correct. You know, I don't give a rat's ass. I don't want to get sued for copyright infringement, of course, but again, we're on Grand Theft Auto. You're more than welcome to join me if you'd like to join the conversation audibly or textually. You know, through text, or you know, you can join the audio party if you go to PlayStation 4 communities and you type in Real Talk Radio in the search. You can find my PS4 community. You can join it. Then you can join the audio party, and you can set your voice to be heard. And looks like we're going to be broadcasting for another half hour or so. Our first half hour, I was playing Conan Exile and it crashed my PlayStation, So I had to stop the broadcast, reboot the PlayStation 4, and then instead of going back into Conan Exiles, I brought us into Grand Theft Auto 5. It's usually the place where I can broadcast pretty easily because the graphics are great. And what is this? I like this. Yeah, it looks like it's a real place. The way they, it's an optical illusion on how they do the. Look, when I step back here, it kind of looks like it's a real place, right? Oh, is it a restaurant? Yeah, it's like a little restaurant right here on the corner here. Breakfast, 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. It doesn't. Oh, that's the breakfast is from 5 to 11. Why would you have breakfast? Oh, 5 to 11 a.m. I guess. Open 24 hours. Cool. Little restaurant right here on the corner of what streets are we on here? Is there no street signs here? That's one thing I noticed in the map in this game. There really isn't a lot of street signs around, which is just like reality if you think about it. Let's see what the map. How do you get to the map here? Here we go. Nope, that's it. No. Map. How do you zoom in? I think this thing. It'd be really cool if this actually was like a GPS, and it showed you what streets were what streets, right? Wouldn't that be kind of cool? So that's the store that I went into just a moment ago. Anyway, here on Real Talk Radio, our episode is about dreams. I want to hear from you. You can hop into the PlayStation 4 community Real Talk Radio by Rabbit Chimp 805, and you can join the audio party. Make sure your voice is set to be shared so that other people can hear you, or if you don't want to be shared, I guess I can hear you, but other people would probably like to hear your voice. Or you can tune in by just coming to YouTube search, or it's www.youtube.com/DFK8PRM8, Defecate Primate. That's the YouTube channel, and yeah. So, we're talking to Ryan. Ryan had a very vivid dream about seeing his father who had passed away, and his father coming in a dream where he had a flashback. But I was going to say they, being the doctors, the psychiatrists, and stuff, say that we're mostly metaphysical. Say that when you dream about a loved one that's passed away, it's because they're watching over you. And I know, yeah, I believe that. No, I don't believe that. And the reason why I don't believe that is I grew up in a household. This is offline, Rabbit Chimp. I grew up in a household where my mother used to say that she could communicate with the dead. She used to be able to communicate. She could do tarot card readings. She can do all kinds of things like that in the metaphysical world. Sorry, I'm just going to have to take a car, madam. I'm sorry, sir. Because I am trying to accomplish a jump over here in Grand Theft Auto 5. It's kind of dark, so it's kind of hard to see. But I did it in the motorcycle quite a few times. But anyway, I grew up in a household where my mom used to talk to dead people, and she used to bring dead people into the house. So I don't know if it was just my subconscious playing tricks on me, but I used to see ghosts as well. Now, again, our brain can manifest all kinds of crazy things. So you don't really know if the reality is are you actually seeing ghosts, or is it just your subconscious playing tricks on you? It's entirely possible. We don't know. But my mother passed away January of 2017. And we always used to talk. I always said to my mom, if you ever pass away, will you come and visit me? Absolutely. Of course I'm going to come and visit you. I'm going to be a part of your life. And, after I pass away, I'm going to be a part of your life forever. Okay? And these were personal conversations I had with my mom. And I was close to my mom. I love my mom. So I was real close to my mom. She was a cool chick. She used to go to rock concerts with me and all that kind of stuff, and etc. Blah, blah, blah. But again, my mom was into metaphysical. Now, my mom had Alzheimer's when she passed away. Now, Alzheimer's puts you in a realm where you don't remember anything. First, your short-term memory goes, and then your long-term memory goes. And I went through 3 solid years taking care of my mom and watching her wither away. My sister, I have a half-sister. We share the same mom, but we have different dads. My sister is also in the metaphysical world. She says she can talk to spirits as well. I can't. I don't have that ability to do that. Usually, mostly females. If I was going in, I'll tell you what. I'm just going to discuss dreams this time. We'll do another episode on metaphysics because we could talk about that for hours. I mean, I will talk on Real Talk Radio. I will talk paranormal, metaphysical. I will talk religion, politics, whatever's on your mind. I don't have a problem. And if I can get a co-host, I usually try to do 2 hours Monday through Friday here on the PlayStation 4. I would love to be able to get my online radio station going again, but because things are so expensive now, I don't think I can afford it. I used to have an online radio station for many years, and I got sued by BMG, which is the musical group that takes royalties from artists. So I was doing more talk radio than actual rock and roll radio or anything else because of, you know, being sued. So I got a cease and desist letter. Oh, almost made it. I got a cease and desist letter, and I never ran the radio station ever again. So here on the PlayStation 4, I've got video right here with a video game. I've got a community, and I've got audio with the audio party. What else do I need? You know, right? We can broadcast right here on YouTube. It's great. It's a radio station on YouTube. People do podcasts all the time, nonstop, right? I can do it too. And if I can somehow make a resume tape out of this and take it around and try to get a job again, that would be fantastic. But nobody will give me the time of day, so they can all go fuck themselves. That's right. Warning, Rabbit Chimp 805 has a potty mouth and will curse at any random time. So, Real Talk Radio episode today is about dreams. And we got Ryan on here. Ryan was telling me about a dream that he had after his father had passed away about a concert that he went to and his father participated. He said it was kind of like a flashback. He said that it was in full color, very lifelike, and that's great. That means he had a good visual lucid dream. Okay, so Ryan says there was no social interaction between his dad and himself. He was looking at him. He looked muscular on his last days on Earth, and he looked very... Okay, so he's still typing. So basically, and I was saying that, yeah, I do believe in the fact that, you know, when your past loved ones pass away and they come back to you in a dream, that we hope that they're looking over you. And I know I went off on a tangent into the metaphysical, and I haven't been visited by my mother yet. And it's very rare that I have a dream of a past relative that, you know, a relative that passed away. I mean, I'll sit here and I'll think about my mom. Even, you know, my mom has been passed away for 2 years and I still can't see her face. And I don't know why that happened. So on another episode, we'll go into metaphysics, and then we'll go into talk about past lives and new lives and things like that. But we're 7 minutes up to the hour here. I started my broadcast at 1 p.m. Generally, I only run a 2-hour broadcast unless I have good audio participation or visual participation with other people that want to be a part of, you know, this particular episode. I suppose I could go longer, but my broadcast time is 2 hours weekly. I haven't set an actual time yet because it all depends on my job and my life and things like that. Sometimes it just pops up when it pops up. But if you are subscribed to my YouTube page and you do click the little bell, then you'll get a notification on when I'm on, whether it be on your cell phone or if you happen to be on the PlayStation 4. One of these days when I can figure out how to log into my Twitch, I'll try to run it on Twitch. But right now I like YouTube. I like the way YouTube is nice and smooth. Plus I have a YouTube page and I can go in there and I can actually physically manipulate it. It's 54 minutes into the broadcast. I'm Rabbit Chimp 805, playing Grand Theft Auto 5 on the PlayStation 4. This is Real Talk Radio. And it's actually, the program is called Real Talk, Live Talk Radio. It's not really radio, but that's all I can come up with at the moment. Oh, I got, try to get back into, I'm lost. How did I get over here? The heck did I get over here? Weird. I must have driven over here. I don't know. I was over here. Let's get back over here. But I was talking about the dream that I had last night. I had a really vivid dream last night that I owned a vintage store that sold vintage stuff from, say, like the 20s through today. And the funny thing is, next door to my dream store was a 50s like diner. And the last time I was in a 50s like diner was probably 2 years ago, a year or 2 years ago. I was in a vintage 50s style diner in out on Topanga Canyon Boulevard in the San Fernando Valley, just like the one that was in my dream. And in my dream, which I was kind of hoping would become a wet dream, a pornographic dream, a bunch of girls came into the shop and they were all dressed in 50s outfits and they were telling me that they were heading to work. And all the girls that were in that group, that party group, were all famous actresses. And I can't remember all the actresses' names, and I also don't want to say their names because I don't want to get sued for copyright infringements and stuff on YouTube. But all I can tell you is one of the girls was the girl that was in Boogie Nights, the skater girl. And you know, she's been in tons of other stuff. She's been in Mike Myers movies. Really? Oh, yeah, I'm in the wrong lane. I thought I was in England. That's why I was driving in the wrong lane, lady. Oh, and it's one lane here. All right, fine. But anyway, so the 50s diner was next door to my vintage shop. When I woke up from my online dream and I got into the offline world, I was like happy, and I wanted to just do a broadcast today. Like I said, I normally broadcast Monday through Friday, 2 hours a day, but I wanted to get up on this Sunday, November 17th, 2019, and I wanted to do a broadcast and talk about dreams. And I think I've talked about my dream extensively tonight, and it was very visual. It was full color, and there were people in it that I had no idea who they were. I don't know where they've come from. And there were people that, obviously movie actresses and stuff like that, were in my dream that I was hoping to, partake in, but they wouldn't give me the time of day. But fine, that's cool. Let's go over to the casino here in Grand Theft Auto 5. Let's play some cards and stuff. Hit the slot machines. Let's go over here. All right, and I love to hear about your dreams. You know, I want to do another episode of dreams at another time, and hopefully we have some more audience participation. So Ryan was telling us about a dream that he had where he was at a Ted Nugent concert with his dad, and his dad had passed away back in July, but he had a dream, sort of a flashback dream with his dad. And I was hoping that someday I would have a dream like that where I would be with my mom, you know. I would be hanging out with my mom and something like that, but it hasn't happened yet. She hasn't come to me in a dream. She hasn't come to me in reality. I would really like to hang out with my mom again. I miss her very much. Dreams, lucid dreams, visual cues that we get offline that enter our subconscious, people that we see, lights, sounds, smells. We use our senses in our dreams. Sometimes our dreams, if we're not, and I should have written down some liner notes to keep my brain on track. I'm just letting you know I'm throwing this out here. If anybody wants to come in and co-host with me, keep me on track, that would be great. But visual cues. One of my jobs in the past, I used to work at an airport just for a short time. I worked at the airport. And if you work in an airport, I was a security guard. If you work in an airport, you're always people watching. Just like here, my rabbit chimp guy here in Grand Theft Auto 5. You could stand here and people watch. You could look at their faces. You could look at their outfits. You could look at their actions. And you can bring that all into your subconscious so that when you go to bed at night and you dream, you may walk through a crowd. And you're just going to get bits and pieces of the people that you see around you. So let me go into first person here. Whoops. Keep touching the wrong button. You can hear the voices. Watch kicking back, talking and drinking, and you can bring these people into your dream. Video games are an amazing way to pull social cues into your dream. You know, you may have a deja vu type of dream where you think you've been there before. I used to have dreams like that all the time. I'd go to bed and I'd have the same reoccurring dream that I had since I was 4 years old, of seeing this house on stilts on Sunset Boulevard in just going as you're going out towards Malibu. There's a house on stilts over there. Now, I must have passed by there when I was a baby, because I know that my parents used to drive up the coast and we'd go places offline. And I must have saw this house as a baby. And about 4 years old, I started dreaming about this house on stilts. I didn't know what the dream was about. I had the dream around when I was 4 years old. I had the dream again when I was 7 years old. I had the dream again. How do I remember this? Because I wrote this stuff down in a journal. I had the dream again when I was 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, all the way up to in my 30s. I had the same reoccurring dream. And I couldn't understand what this house was. So one day, I got in my car and I drove. And I went up Mulholland, and I came down Sunset Boulevard, and I was going down Sunset Boulevard. And if you go through Sunset Boulevard, you can get it in Hollywood. You can take Sunset Boulevard all the way through to Pacific Palisades, and then finally it dead ends with PCH, Ocean Boulevard, or whatever it is when you're in Malibu. I think it's Pier Drive. I don't know. PCH turns into multiple streets depending on what city you're in. PCH goes all the way to San Diego, and it goes all the way up to San Francisco. I don't think you can get past that because of the bay. But you may be able to if you're, I don't know. I haven't taken PCH all the way up to Oregon. It's Oregon or Washington? Oh, my brain doesn't work. I think it's Oregon first before Washington. Anyway, I went down Sunset Boulevard, and holy shit, there it was, the stilt house. One day I'll go and take a picture of it, and I'll put it in the community so you can see it. If you've been to places in your dreams, and you are a part of our PlayStation 4 community Real Talk Radio, take a screenshot of a place that you've been, bring it into the game, or find it online and take a screenshot of it, and post it in the community. I also run a community called Ape and Monkey Business. That's for ape and monkey named gamers only. So if you have a human name, sorry, but you're not going to be allowed to join it. We currently have 5,500 members, which is super dope. Let's get out of first person here. All right. Let's spin the wheel. The last time I was in here, I got $40,000, and I spent them all in the casino. So let's see what we can get in here today. Oh, we just missed the car. Oh, that's so lame. Well, I won $50,000 this time. Oh, I could have. Man, look at that. I could have won that car right there. I don't know what kind of car that is. It looks like a Lamborghini. It looks like a cross between a Lamborghini and a Pantera. Actually, it looks like a Pantera. It really looks like a Pantera. I don't know if I can't look at the car or what it is. No. No, I don't want to call anybody here. So look what it landed. Look at that. It almost landed on the car. Now, the last time I broadcast and I was playing Grand Theft Auto, I won $250,000 on the casino. So on the slot machine. So let's go play that slot machine and see if we can win the progressive again. Oh, chips. I have to go cash this in for chips. All right, so let's go see if we can cash the $40,000 in for chips, and we'll go play in this Grand Theft Auto game. Anyway, so Real Talk Radio, Rabbit Chimp 805. Episode is about dreams, and for the last good couple hours, I started the broadcast at 1 p.m. November 17th, 2019. It's almost 2:40. It's 2:42 p.m. We've got about 10. I'm not very good at math, so I'm gonna say whatever 42, and we have maybe about 15 minutes or so left. All right, first of all, let me put this money in the bank. And like I said, I broadcast Monday through Friday, 2-hour broadcasts. Unless we have good audio participation, then I'll extend the broadcast. If you want to participate, you can go to PlayStation 4 Communities, look for Real Talk Radio with Rabbit Chimp, and by all means, join us. Now, I broadcast all the time as well, and I make videos on my YouTube page, which is www.youtube.com/defecateprimate. That's D as in Delta, F as in Foxtrot, K as in Kilo, the number 8, That's perfectly fine, or you can type in Rabbit Chimp or Primate, whatever. Let's buy some chips here and let's play the casino game. So most likely after this broadcast, I'll probably start broadcasting again, but it won't be Real Talk Radio. It'll just me playing video games. So there we go. Let's get 20,000 in chips. Thank you, ma'am. We're gonna go play this slot machine where we won 250,000. See if we can win anything else. But yeah, we were talking about dreams, and I want to hear about your dreams. I want to hear what you want to talk about. So, chat with me sometime. Send me a message. Send me an email. RabbitChimp805. I actually got an email address. RabbitChimp. What is my email? RabbitChimp805@gmail.com. You can send me a message there. The lady's got a potty mouth next to me here. I'm sorry about that, but shit happens, right? Yeah, it does. So we have another, let's say, a little less than 20 minutes of this episode of Dreams on Real Talk Radio. If you're tuned in, you can send me a message in the comments, and we can chat about a dream that you had. I had a dream last night that was very, very vivid and very real. And oh, look at that! Right out of the gate, first spin we get $1,000. So let's go into first person. Let's see it here again. We talked about. Okay, I'll just again, Real Talk Radio is about online gaming, offline gaming, gamers, and the games we play. Because we are on the PlayStation 4, we're going to mostly talk about games, gamers, and gaming, but gamers have real-life issues. The last episode, we talked about school shootings, and and how horrible that is, and I mean, and the fact that kids have to live with this thought every single day. These are kids that aren't even soldiers yet, and here they are participating in combat offline in their freaking school. So that was our last episode. We talked about school shootings, and this episode today we're talking about dreams and lucid dreaming and the concept of dreams and the concept of consciousness, subconscious, how we pick up visual cues and use all our senses in our dreams. And sometimes people aren't visually attuned to their dreams, so they either, some people will say, well, I don't even dream. I don't have dreams. I go to bed and it's just darkness. Okay. Oh, last time we hit 3 cherries, we got, how much was that? Like 5,000, I think, in chips. Last time we played, if you watched one of my last Grand Theft Auto videos, I won 250,000 on this machine. But I was at my last $200 when I spun, so yeah, we're not looking. Let's bet a little bit higher now and try it. We know that when you're offline, and when I use the terms online and offline, I'm also speaking about video games, whether you've got PlayStation Plus. Hey, Ryan just popped in here, okay? So Ryan says, this is from the voice of Ryan from his text. Ryan says, I remember when I was 15 years old. I was on my 3-wheel bike. I was going down the street in the cul-de-sac. Then behind me was a massive bee? What is a massive bee? Oh, a bee. Bzz, like a bumblebee? Is that what we're talking about? But it was a dream. Okay. Now, was the bee a B-E-E? Or was it something else? So if it was a massive bee chasing you, that's a fright dream, right? So that's... Okay, so generally when you have dreams that are scary, usually it's something in your offline world. Again, I was going to say when you're online, in online video games, or offline when you're playing solo video games or whatever. But I'm using reality as in the real life is offline. And then online, of course, would be in the game. So when I say offline, I'm talking about real life, outside of Rabbit Chimp's world. When we actually get to human, I'm Richard. Rabbit Chimp 805 is Richard. So when I'm talking about Richard's life, I'm talking about things that happen. Now, let's say you're in school and you have to pass a test and you didn't study for it. And oh my God, you're in panic mode. You're having panic attacks. You can't breathe. And you take that into your dream. What's going to happen? Is it going to be a porn dream? Probably not. it's going to be a horror dream, right? Because you're stressed out. You're bringing your stress from offline into online, into your dream. So if you're getting chased by a bee, are you allergic to bees? Have you been stung by a bee and had a bad reaction? I'm arachnophobic. I don't like spiders. So if I see a spider, I don't kill it. I freak out and run away. I run away like a screaming little girl. And Ryan I've met in real life, so Ryan knows what I look like. And Ryan knows that when I'm not in my wheelchair, I'm 6'1", 250 pounds, covered in tattoos. I'm a big, scary looking guy. But for most people, they don't stick around too long when they see Rabid Chimp 805. So I am a rabid chimp. I am covered in tattoos, rabid with rabies chimpanzee. That's Rabid Chimp 805. So if I, like in college, I used to have dreams that used to, like be, I had a test coming up, and I was having a panic attack, and I had a dream, and there's another thing that happens, when you're coming out of your dream, when you're coming out of your sleep. Ryan piped in and said, the three-wheeled bike was a bike my dad got me when I was 3 years old. So when you were 13, you were riding a bike, or when you were, okay. That's cool. A three-wheeled bike, like a tricycle? Or was it like a big wheel? You remember the big wheels of the 70s and 80s? The big wheel? Oh, I love the big wheel. Oh man, we got 15 minutes left. I'm going to broadcast for another 15 minutes here, so 14 minutes here, a little less. I'll be broadcasting here. It's 2:49, about 11 minutes according to the real clock. It's 11 minutes left of this broadcast. So Ryan says that he had a dream where he was on his three-wheeled bicycle in a cul-de-sac, and he was getting chased by a bee. And I said that it could have been, maybe you liked bees, and maybe you wanted the bee to chase you. I don't know. I think bees are fascinating. They're cute little creatures. They make honey. I love honey. I wouldn't want to, high-five a bee. I don't want to get stung by. I've been stung by a lot of bees before, and that's not cool. They really make your body swell up and stuff like that. But if you're getting chased by anything in your dream, chances are in your offline reality world, there's something going on in there. You are stressed out about something, or you had a panic attack, or I don't know. Who knows? Maybe you got chased in real life offline by a bee, and then you brought it into your dream. It's the last thing you remember. Maybe you had a spicy meatball before you went to bed, and you had, an antacid problem in your belly, and you had a horror dream. We have all kinds of dreams. We have real-life dreams, lucid dreams. We have horror dreams. We have pornographic dreams. We have sad dreams. We have happy dreams. Just like everything in the outside world, but we also can't control our dreams. If you decide to learn about lucid dreaming, I highly suggest it. If you're like me and you love dreaming, because for me, it's like I'm watching another movie. I love watching movies, and if I can watch movies in my dreams, it's more fun. I don't like horror dreams, but you have to have them, because sometimes, in a dream, you can correct reality in your dream so that when you get back into reality, look at that. We won 2,000 off of that. Nice. When you're, you can correct. You have a dream. Maybe you go into your dream and you work out a situation. You work out a puzzle so that when you go offline, maybe you met a girl, but you don't know how to talk to her. You don't know what to say. So you go into your dream and you build up your confidence, right? Haha, a massive black German Rottweiler. Is that? Oh, so that was what? Okay, so it wasn't a bee chasing you. It was a massive black German Rottweiler. I love Rottweilers, man. I want a Rottweiler. That is my favorite dog, is a Rottweiler. You know why? I used to have this buddy Dave up in Santa Barbara, and they had a Rottweiler, and the Rottweiler's name was Willa the Gorilla. And whenever I would go to the house, Willa the Gorilla, if you know what a Rottweiler is, a big dog. She would climb up on, when I was like laying on the couch watching TV, she would literally come up and lay on top of me stretched out, spread eagle, Willa the gorilla Rottweiler would lay on my belly like my cat lays on my belly, crushing me, and she would sit there and lick my face. I loved Willa the gorilla. She was the coolest Rottweiler dog. From that day forward, I fell in love with Rottweiler dogs. They're violent dogs if you don't train them right, but they can be the loving most doggies in the world. We'll save that for another episode as well. This is Real Talk Radio with your host, Rabbit Chimp 805, on the PlayStation 4, currently playing Grand Theft Auto 5. If you'd like to participate in Real Talk Radio, if you would like to become my co-host and help me stay on track, go to, on PlayStation 4 Communities, look up Real Talk Radio, owner Rabbit Chimp 805. You can join it. You can, join the audio party that I have going on in there. And you can participate audibly or textually. Join the community, the YouTube page. It's youtube.com/defecate. That's D as in Delta, F as in Foxtrot, K as in Kilo, the number 8. And you can be a part and make messages in there. You can also email me if you've got a comment or suggestion. It's rabbitchimp805@gmail.com. And I'm going to continue to do this. I try to broadcast Monday through Friday, 2 hours a day. I'm looking at the clock, and we are running down on time. I know the broadcast elapsed time only says 1 hour and 16, but I did broadcast for a half hour before my PlayStation crashed. So let me look at the time here and see what we have left. We have about 6 minutes left, so if you want to get your information in, you're going to need to do it now. I don't have the ability to go back and look in I mean, I could. So let's say if I suddenly pause this video that you're watching, you're going to continue to hear my voice. So you can hear me right now, but you can't see what I'm doing. If I go over here and I go over to the community, you can't see what I'm doing. You're probably looking at just a blue screen right now. But you can hear my voice. Rabbit Chimp, I assure you, I'm still here. It shows that if I can get the community to pop up here, it says please wait. There's a huge delay. My PlayStation is super old. By Black Friday, I'm hoping that I can buy a new PlayStation. I see the Ape Monkey business. Somebody made a comment in here. Let's take a look. What does this say? Alert Gorilla Kid, new member of Ape and Monkey Business, says, this is a lot of monkey business. You are absolutely right. We have 5,500 ape and monkey named gamers in the Ape and Monkey Business. So, Ryan, if you haven't visited the Ape and Monkey Business, you need to go check that out. Well, I didn't know. Oh, yeah, I posted that in there. Okay, so we're recording live. So, yep. Anyway, let's take a look here. I'll head back into the game. Again, we got 4 minutes left. Real Talk Radio is the community on the PlayStation 4. If you're obviously tuned in from Twitch, I mean, I'm not on Twitch, I'm on YouTube. But if you tuned in from somewhere else, this will be uploaded to YouTube. So you go to my YouTube page and watch this. Well, see, right now it's live. It'll end up becoming a podcast afterwards because it'll then not be a live recording. It'll just be an archived recording. So you can go to the YouTube page and watch this as well. And we've been discussing dreams today as the episode topic. Next episode, which will probably be on Monday, I don't know. I haven't decided. Real Talk Radio is whatever comes to mind. I don't have any set subjects at the moment. It's not real organized radio channel at the moment like it's been in the past. We just kind of do things on the fly here because, we're all gamers. So, Ryan says it was yes, it was a big wheel. Good, we got that because I loved the big wheels. A German Rottweiler was chasing me in the dream I had when I was 5. Now, I'm assuming you must have gotten chased by a dog before you had the dream, so that was entirely possible. Or something really scared you. Maybe it barked at you when you walked by, and it was in the neighborhood. I remember when I was living up in Santa Maria, when I was friends with you out there, I got bit by a German Shepherd that escaped from her yard, and I was just getting off of work, and she came and she bit me in my back. I didn't have a dream that night. I didn't go to the hospital to get stitched up. I just dealt with it the best I could deal with it and just went on with my life. Didn't have a dream about that because I love dogs, and just because this dog got out, it meant she was freaked out. It was the mailman trying to get and drop off a package. She broke out of the gate and chased the mailman. The mailman jumped into the bed of a lifted truck. He called the police. The police came out and they shot that dog. That was so messed up. If you heard the person next to me in Grand Theft Auto 5, she said a potty word. So we're playing, Grand Theft Auto. We only got a few minutes left here, and Ryan says it connects to my father because he used to have a big Rottweiler. So there we go. So again, you brought in a visual cue from your offline world. You brought it into your online dream, and it happened when you were 5. So if it was chasing you, you must have been scared of this Rottweiler. So, I mean, it was 5 years old. I know you're older now, so I'm pretty sure the Rottweiler's probably not still alive. If it is still alive, I am stealing it from you because I love Rottweilers. I love Rottweiler dogs. So you obviously brought it from your offline life. You brought the dog who you were, I'm assuming, scared of. If you brought it in to your online dream and had it chase you. So yeah, you definitely had a panic dream there. And that's a lot of times we have panic dreams. We bring stuff from our offline reality and we bring it into our online reality in our dreams. We take social cues from audio, visual. We sense things with, our nose. We smell the air. We taste the air. Sometimes we drink something or eat something in our drink. A lot of times right before you wake up in your dream, you're super hungry and you may be eating breakfast before you actually wake up. And then when you wake up, you're like, I'm full. I don't have to eat. I love dreams like that where you eat in your dreams and you come out and you don't have to eat. What a great diet that is. Imagine if that was reality. If that was reality, virtual reality, you eat in virtual reality and you come back to the reality, the offline reality, and you're full. Imagine that kind of diet you can have. It doesn't work for me. I'm 250. I can feel I'm pushing about 300, especially if it's pizza day. Yeah, I'm going to probably work my way up to 300 pounds. I don't want to do that. It's no bueno there. It's 3 p.m., which means I got to cut this broadcasting off. I had a great time with you all today. Thank you for participating, Ryan. We'll hook up after this and get you on the PlayStation 4, hopefully, and you and I can reconnect, you douche nozzle. Anyway, this has been Real Talk, live talk radio on the PlayStation 4. I am RabbitChimp805. You want to get a hold of me, it's RabbitChimp805@gmail.com, or you can visit me in the PlayStation 4 communities at Real Talk Radio, hosted by RabbitChimp805. You can join the community, and you can join the audio party, and you can participate. I had a great time with you, but it's my time, and I got to cut this broadcast short. So thank you for joining me on Real Talk Radio, and we will disconnect right now.